Hello, guys. So, I've been making some drawings for Mermaid. I was inspired by the first prompt, Angelic, and then I just went on from there. Actually, day four has been lost. The footage for day four has been lost because Procreate didn't actually record it. So I was like, no, it's the one that took me the most time to make. And I was so frustrated when I learned it had been yeeted into the void forever. But oh well, you know. Anyways, I wanted to very briefly talk about how I feel about social media. I have this very kind of complex relationship with social media, and I don't think I'm the only one. Um, like, for example, I see that some people are frustrated with the way social media works, especially when you are an artist. It can feel like the algorithm is pushing you down all the time. I personally get, for example, um, one like on my pictures on Twitter, and I don't know. I don't think I'm the best artist ever, but I'm not even the worst one. I think. I hope so, man. I don't even know. I just know that I love to draw, especially I love to tell stories, so that's all I care about. But sometimes, even though you draw and you write for yourself, and that's how it should be. Like, for example, even if I was on a deserted island and no one ever saw my stuff, I would still draw and I would still write. That is to say, if I had paper, but still, I would still draw and I would still write because it's something I need to do. I cannot not draw or not write. It's just a part of me, and I would do it anyway. But at the same time, it can be very discouraging um, when your artwork receives very little, either. I don't want to use the word recognition. It's more like interaction because what I always wanted to do with my art is just to have people interact with it as well, to find like minded people with whom I can share my stories and so we can simp about each other's stories and have fun together. And it's always been a way to make friends and to talk about something that I cannot say out loud or that I can say better through art or through my words, written words. Because sometimes talking about some things can be difficult, and art it really is a lifesaver. It makes you happy when you're down, but at the same time, I think social media nowadays makes art feel like a double edged sword more than ever. However, if you look at the history of art, things have kind of always been like this. If you don't exactly draw what's popular, and I'm not talking about myself, it's just in general. If you don't draw what's popular, or if you're doing something original, and I don't think like of the next Divine Comedy, just something that doesn't follow the tropes that are popular at the moment, it's very easy for you to not receive any traction and make you feel like your art is unworthy, like you're not saying anything important. And it's very so sad, like it's very bad for your self-esteem because I'm used to this. It's not the first time it happens to me. I'm used to it. And actually in the past it kind of ruined my life because I became a lot bitter and I lost the joy of writing, and that's the one of the worst things that happened to me because writing and making creating stories is my life. It truly is. And when you lose the joy that brings you, Man, that's really tough. So yeah, um, social media is really damaging right now. And you want to get away from it as an artist, but at the same time, you need it. You can't escape from it. um, and so, yeah, it's a really bad situation. And however, if you look at art history, as I said, there are many artists that struggled so much in their lives, even to get a slither of comprehension from other people. And it's so sad. It just makes me sad. It's not that I want people to recognize stuff I do. I just want to make friends, that's the thing. However, there is also the problem of parasocial relationships right now. So there is this weird imbalance where a person on the internet opens their art to you, and you're never going to be on the same level because you don't know this person. Like, this person may talk about their personal struggles, but at the same time they don't know nothing about you. And so this is in general a very weird situation, and I'm at the same time the scientist in me speaks. It's fascinating. I mean, because this is a thing we've never experienced before, this level of connection. And at the same time, we seem to be more distant than ever from each other, and to not care about when people pour their heart into their thing. We always watch the same things, and then we complain because they are always the same. Like, we complain because wow, movies are all the same, all they make are sequels, or wow, books are all the same, all they make is this kind of story. But at the same time, we are lazy, we are not disposed to look at different things and to give someone the chance to surprise us. And I'm not talking like about people, like the audience out there, about you listening to this. It's just that even I do this, and it's not good. Like, at the same time, you cannot force people to enjoy something that they don't care about, and that's completely understandable. um but yeah, it's a weird, complex situation, and I think there are so many points of view about this topic. But yeah, mainly this is about the frustration that comes with being an artist and struggling so much, and that discouraging feeling that gets to you after a while when you pour your heart and soul into something and it just gets ignored. Unfortunately, sometimes posting on the internet feels like throwing your drawings or your writings into an abyss, and they just get swallowed and no one sees them. So yeah. I don't want to bum you out. These are things that I think about, and that sometimes really drag me down. Um, and other times I can ignore them, or they don't get to me as much. I'm more vulnerable in certain moments. Um, and then it's better to talk about it instead of keeping it inside, because otherwise you explode after a while and you get an art block. You feel like you're unworthy, like your art sucks, like you personally failed, like your stuff is not interesting. And sometimes it's not that, that's not the problem. It's just sometimes it's also a matter of luck. And of course, your craft has to be good and all that stuff. But just I think either your story is very good when you write, for example, a comic, or your craft is very good, and that's the way that people are attracted to your work. But at the same time, even if you have a good story, you're still unknown, or you do something that's a little different and you struggle a lot. And sometimes it weighs down on you. So, yeah, I hope you will be having a good day. If you have these kind of frustrations too, maybe we can talk about them. I don't know. So, as I said, have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.